It's The Big Show, and on The Big Show we get to talk to my favourite people and the world's biggest stars and the bravest as well. Joining us today is Ross Kemp. How are you?
I'm good, mate. You?
Are you a bit strange? What is it? You keep putting yourself in danger after danger after danger. Congratulations for being a hero, but I wouldn't want to be you. I'm just not up to it.
I don't think I'm really a hero, mate. I see heroes, I witness heroic acts, and I like to be able to be in a situation where I can record them. But I wouldn't necessarily class myself as one. I'm far too normal and far too scared to be a hero. But you know, I'm very fortunate to have been around some pretty heroic acts, and obviously I've now written a book about people who were heroes, unfortunately no longer with us.
Let's start at the beginning. Most people will know you, of course, as Grant Mitchell. You shot to fame in Eastenders, but before that, you had still got a life and a career, hadn't you, really?
Yeah, I like to think I had a life.
Let's go right back to the beginning. As a child, were you always curious to be in show business? Because, I mean, you're not a showbiz type, are you? Let alone a showbiz tart.
Well, hopefully not a tart, definitely. Though I have my moments. In nightclubs in Leeds occasionally.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I wanted to be an actor. Yeah, I enjoyed the idea of celebrity. People who say they don't like all that side of it generally are lying. But I had no idea that my career would turn around and I'd end up doing what I'm doing now. I mean, it happened by accident. So I went to drama school, and like most people, you had to get an equity card. In those days, it was a closed shop. So you had to get your equity card either by getting 18 gigs, I think, that were recognised by equity, or you went into rep. So I went into rep. Fortunately for me, I went in with Richard Wilson, who was Victor Meldrew, if you remember that, and also with John Thor, who was Morse. So I started my career with some very big names, and they were very, very helpful to me, actually, I have to say.
I don't believe it. Did you learn from them? Were you one of those smart people that's like a sponge? Because there's no point working around genius and greatness if you don't learn from them.
I think if I tried to impose my will on any of them, I'd have been slapped down very quickly, so I knew my place and I kept to it.
What's the art of being a great actor? Because obviously in EastEnders you came across with great menace at times, but then there was also great warmth. Is it being as real as possible and looking like you're not acting?
I would guess so. I mean, I haven't acted in such a long time. It's difficult to remember. In fact, I don't know if I could actually do that now. But I would suggest, I think that the best actors in the world are the ones that you can't see the joins. And also, I think that the best actors in the world are the ones that, when they're on their reverses, i.e. when they're listening rather than actually talking, that you actually want to be that person listening to the information that they're hearing.
Of course, you have no trouble in the bathroom, do you, because of fruit and fibre and things like that? You were the face of it for a while. Did you get any free bars?
Are you regular?
Or anything?
Are you regular?
Do you know, I got to be honest with you, everything's fine right now.
You sure you're not constipated? You sure?
No, honestly, I take tablets 3 times a week, and I also watch Loose Women. That seems to do the trick.
Loose women, loose bowels.
You started off in adverts. Did that pay well? Because I'm just wondering whether you were able to get a flat out of it.
Now?
Yeah, I just need to know. I'm just thinking of, because this radio thing's not really working.
You sure you're not getting paid enough, are you, clearly?
This is the trouble. Local radio scene, nobody's interested. Did you always have a moral conscience, a love for people and a worry for them? Because, as I say, lately, you've done so much great work. Did you always want to do these type of programmes?
It happened really by accident. I was asked to stand in for somebody else who didn't want to do it, basically. In the process of doing that, I met someone who was very interesting, who was a gang member who'd been shot 26 times, not consecutively at the same time. He was fascinating. I thought other people would find him interesting. I went to my bosses at Sky at the time and said, do you think I could make a series about this? They said, let's see. 18 programmes on later and a BAFTA. They were relatively successful. And then it allowed me to go to Afghanistan 5 times. And as I say, latterly to travel to Mexico, Peru, Ecuador, Congo, Kenya, South Africa, East Timor, places around the world that I would never have gone if I'd stayed as an actor. So, you could say probably better doing the other way around when you're younger because you have the stamina. But I have to say, maybe if I'd done that when I was younger, I wouldn't have been able to have got the stories over as well as I hopefully can do now. I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser.
And in terms of the fear factor, how do you get insurance to go out there and do it? Because you are in real danger. I mean, you're meeting people who are at the very least dangerous and at the very worst could be out to get you. How do you get around that stuff?
I have to say, the broadcasters look after that thing. The most important thing, I think, is to tell the truth, to to not go out with preconceived ideas about what you're going to find on the ground, to go out there with a blank page and hopefully, shoot enough tape to make sure you've got a pretty interesting and informative film that's also entertaining at the same time.
Your new book, of course, is called Warriors, British Fighting Heroes.
Yep.
And these men, I did a short stint for BFBS Radio. I wasn't out there in service. I was over in Germany entertaining them there, which frankly was the safest place to be. You put yourself right in the heart of them. What have you learned as to what kind of character would put themselves on the front line? Brave, of course, doesn't cover it, does it?
I think, the 5 times I've been out to Afghanistan, you meet people from different parts of the country, from different class backgrounds. I think the unifying thing about all of them is that they're actually good team players. And they have to be, because their lives are dependent on one another. I think that goes, not only for the guys I've met in Afghanistan, but in terms of the research that I did for the book, and being very privileged to handle some of the letters these guys, these heroes that are in the book, wrote. One thing that comes over is actually how much they cared for their comrades.
We're back with Ross Kemp on your favourite local radio station. It's Alex Belfield talking to a hero himself who has brought to our attention so many of the most depressing things in the world and shed light on them. How much work do you have to do for them to trust you to tell their story?
You have to win their confidence. I think particularly with the soldiers, when I first met them, they were very suspicious of what our motives were. And in fact, on the internet, there are a lot of people saying, why the hell should Ross Kemp go out to Afghanistan, etc. And then hopefully after people watch the first program, they changed their opinion, and I think the second series enforced the fact that we were out there basically, just basically not to do anything about the politics of why or why not the soldiers should be there, but ultimately about what it was like to be a young soldier serving and fighting in a 21st century war.
In terms of show business, very few other people would put themselves forward like this. I presume there aren't many fancy hotels in the middle of Fallujah.
Well, no, but then again, it's not for those guys out there. I'm a long way from the Winnebagos, the makeup girls and the bacon sarnies when you're out in Afghanistan, that's for sure. But also, it's a life-enforcing experience, and I think hopefully it's made me a better person if I was, sitting on my back, watching the TV, waiting to be called to go off and play a scene. You don't have any plan in life, really. If you do, it probably never falls into place the way you want it. I couldn't have imagined, if you spoke to me 10 years ago, you said, you'd go out to Afghan 5 times, travel around the world, meeting dangerous people, write books about it, and, win the BAFTA. I'd have said, yeah, keep on taking the pills, mate. I'm very surprised at where I've found myself, but also I think it's happened to make me a better person because, for instance, I've just come back from Haiti and met some incredible people that live in dreadful circumstances that aren't getting much help, and they still have a joy of life that a lot of people who are stuck on the M1 in traffic, probably listening to this now, probably haven't got, people who are sitting around the M25 right now, and I've been one of those people, guys, don't get me wrong, but I think, it's helped me understand a little more about myself, and I'm a little less likely now to get road rage when a guy in a flat cap, an old guy, cuts me up.
Does it bother you that Oprah Winfrey turns up in somewhere like Haiti for 5 minutes and then gets bored and goes somewhere else, but they still have to pick up the pieces? That's the point of this programme, isn't it, really, that they're still struggling and we don't care anymore because there's a new, bigger story like miners down a shaft for 3 months?
I think it's not necessarily about not caring anymore. I think the world's media, basically highlights certain plights, and then, if you look at this year, you had what happened in Haiti, then you had an earthquake actually in Chile before the plight of the miners, and now we've got the dreadful floods in Pakistan. And where the world's attention goes, so do the NGOs, and so does the charity and the the telethons and all the things that are great. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking people that donate to charities or the charities themselves, but the rebuilding, Haiti was in a mess before the earthquake arrived. It's not a case of trying to get it back to where it was. It's a case of trying to improve it, and it's a pretty unsurmountable task presently. The worrying thing for me, having just come back there, is that for all the money that was promised, not much of that actually turned up. We're in a global recession. And the money that has turned up, the NGOs are so worried about how it will be used in terms of the corruption that exists there, that they're scared about spending it. And what you've got is 1 million people plus living in IDP camps, displaced persons camps, and we've got the hurricane season coming. And it's going to take a little bit of wind to turn those plastic tents into kites.
Does the magnitude of the places you go sometime overwhelm you?
Yeah, I think that's true, and as I said before, I'm not in any way trying to criticise NGOs or the United Nations. I just think sometimes, the world is a very dangerous and exciting place, but also sometimes a very sad place. Listen,
before we go, the most important question I've got to ask you, everybody knows in show business I'm a deeply unattractive man and a bit overweight, not much downstairs either. You are a sex symbol. You wouldn't believe the ladies who want to meet you, Ross Kemp. What is the skill? What can I do to be more like you?
I have no idea, mate. I really couldn't help you on that one, because if the ladies want to meet me, I've not met them yet.
It must be fun being you, though. What is it like to be delicious?
Sorry, I'm not exactly delicious, mate. You never tasted it, but you're not likely to, trust me.
No, I don't mean in terms of me. No, honestly, I'm going to try a wife first. But I just wanted to congratulate you on that, because the ladies just love Ross Kemp. Listen, go out and get this new book. It's called British Fighting Heroes. Very nice. Good to talk to you.
Cheers. Good luck, mate. Bye.